Hello, this is Manish Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is September 11, 2010, and this is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the U.S. market. Before we begin, let's go for a normal disclaimer. This is for educational purpose only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim or TradeStation. Here are my contact details. If you have any questions, you could contact us there. You could also go to eiicapital.com for more information on Ichimoku. Also, you can follow us on Twitter under Ichimoku Trading. Okay. So let's go and look straight at the Ichimoku dashboard. And let's go look here. This is actually the percentage change of the markets. And you could see that the Nasdaq this week is still leading there. Actually, it's off by a day for some reason. I don't know why. But let's just look at yesterday on the daily. And then here. So you can see the Nasdaq is kind of pushing us forward, moving up, and kind of leading the scenario right now with all the markets. Now let's go look at the charts and see if that is the case. Okay, so let's go look here. This is the Ichimoku dashboard for the U.S. stock market. Remember, what we're looking at is the rating column here, where -5, -6, -7, -8 are bullish, and then -5 to -8 are bearish. Now, if you can look at the weekly is a little bearish on the ES, and the daily is bullish, a little bullish, not much yet. The Dow Futures are basically more bullish than the ES. And the Nasdaq, you could see, has a higher rating than the Dow Futures. So last week the Dow Futures had a higher bullish rating than the Nasdaq. This week the Nasdaq has pretty much taken over a little by one little point on the daily and moving forward. Okay, so again, same scenario as before. It seems like looking at this rating system. If you're going to short something on the SP 500. If you're going to go long a stock, look at some more towards the Dow or the Nasdaq. Okay. So let's go look at the charts and verify the Ichimoku rating system because charts speak for themselves. So let's go look at the weekly ES. Let's go look at the weekly time frame, and let's zoom in. And you could see that we are still. Last week we were in the cloud. Sorry, last week. If you look at this, this is this week. Kind of look a little doji, but a little heavy on the high side. But basically, a week before that, we had come close to the Kijun-sen. Really haven't done anything at all. We have not gone above the Kijun-sen, gone retest this resistance level here or this level here. So really, this week was a non-eventful week trading. It's probably due to all the holidays, religious holidays that are out there right now. And you could see the volume was very, very light this week. So it seems like a lot of people are still out after Labor Day due to all the holidays. If you look at the range, this is pretty much the range of 1140 to 1040. It's about a 100-point range, which is pretty big considering volatility. So right now we can't really tell what's going to happen because this could either go here, go right for the thinnest part of this cloud and break through. Because remember, we've been talking about that. Either it breaks through right now towards the beginning week of October, or it's not going to break through until probably next year of January, February of next year. So to go bearish. So there's two opportunities right now for this thing to go bearish in the weekly time frame. It's pretty much in the next couple of weeks, or then it has to wait to the first quarter of next year. Right now the Chicago is just gone bearish, and it's going to tweet along, and it's going to see what happens. But there's nothing here really on a weekly time frame. Let's go look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame, you could see that we finally have closed above the Kijun-sen. But look at this: the Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen have not crossed at all. Really, these two need to cross, and if they don't, if you consolidate with time, then they'll cross. But something needs to happen to make these things two cross. So until they cross, I really would be dangerous in going bullish. Reason why is that's the only thing that's weak along with the Chicago. So my guess is that if this thing's going to go bullish, it's going to consolidate a little, pull back, and then take off. And when it does, it's going to get to this level here, 1125, which is a major resistance level before it gets to 1140. So we'll have to see what happens on this one. But remember, this is still more bearish than all the other currencies. Okay, so let's go look at the the Dow Futures. Dow Futures, you could see same scenario. These two guys haven't flipped at all. It's just kind of skating along the Kijun-sen. You need them to flip in order to go bullish. Okay, let's go look at the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, this is above the Kijun-sen now. It's still closed above the Kijun-sen, and you notice the Tenkan-sen Kijun-sen are now starting to come together, which is interesting. And the Kumo future is now gone bullish too. But the momentum indicator, the Chicago, is still bearish. So, it's going to be interesting because there's conflict on all time frames. Sorry, on the weekly time frame as far as the Dow futures are concerned. Let's go look at the Nasdaq futures. And let's see, where are they? Nasdaq futures are tick, 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 tick. It's a good thing about Thinkorswim. You have almost everything available here in this one platform. Okay, Nasdaq futures. If you look here, this is kind of skating along bullish. This still has to flip. This is the first time Nasdaq futures are pretty much closed above the Kijun-sen here. The Chicago is still in the cloud here. So it's still not ideal. You're still ranging, but still it's closed above the Kijun-sen. Let's go and look at the daily time frame for the Nasdaq futures, and you could see that it had a huge push upwards because the others are just skating along the Kijun-sen, whereas this guy is actually at its major resistance value here at 1895, and most likely it's going to pull back. My guess is it'll probably come back all the way back to 1856 or possibly to the Kijun-sen, and then it's going to pull back, and then if it's going to go break up to the higher side, it's going to then come and get to this 1895, break it, get to this level here, 1915, and then possibly go up to a higher time frame on a daily time frame. Okay, so we really don't know yet. We got to wait and see what happens at these price levels, and then we could determine what's going to go on. But if you notice, I draw those price levels, and if you look at the weekly, it's pretty much going to go retest the last pivot on the weekly, if anything at all. Okay. That's it for this week for the stock market. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Again, you can follow us on Ichimoku Trading under Twitter.